Alright, we finally got some money underneath our belt now that it's January. So we've done this area. I wonder if we can actually, so yeah, when we click on, oh, this is clicking on the port. Oh wait, hang on. So if I click on this, can I see the road connections? Where are we looking for? We're looking for here. So if I click on you, yeah, okay, so we can see, so yeah, this is a two-way footpath. This is a two-way footpath, so I don't actually have to be too worried about the direction, but I don't want a stop sign icon here. So what we'll do is we're going to go onto the road and we're going to upgrade this. Yeah, okay, so it's a right click to change the direction. Fine, yeah, happy with that one. Very happy with this one. Cool, so now we have a cargo station with some chest hair. Boys, I've just yo-yoed for the first time in 10 years. What, like an actual fucking yo-yo? The fuck? Okay, in hindsight, knowing what I know now, I am quite tempted to move the train depot down here. Let's see about that. So if I wanted to move the train depot down here, this is the wrong thing. Buildings, let's move the train depot around about down here. So let's try and get this nice and aligned. So it's probably going to be about here-ish. You haven't touched one for 15 years. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I even remotely held a yo-yo. We need to bring you up to level. And let's tweak you back. Let's tweak you back. So we'll get you to about here-ish. And if we plonk you down... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All coming up Millhouse. Ah. Okay. Fine. Honestly, it brings more joy to your life than you thought it would. Fair enough. Yep, can't necessarily fault that one. Fine. So this is going to involve quite a lot of redesigning here. So there's collision. I don't know what you're colliding with. Oh, you're colliding with the fences. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna have to get rid of my fences. So let's use the eraser tool. And fuck it, this signal isn't going to make sense after here, so let's just, let's get rid of the fences. It does get rid of our wood as well, but we'll deal with that particular problem later. Fine, so let's bring this back to about here. I kind of probably want you, actually, no, let's do, oh no, because... Yeah, fine. Okay, so they're gonna have to slip at different points anyway. So if I bring you to here for 10,000, and then you to here for 12,000. So you need to double slip, and you won't double slip. And you need to double slip, and you will. So this isn't good. Let's get rid of this for a hot minute. And see if I can't force you to double slip. Too much curvature. I wonder if it's too steep an angle to double slip. I wonder if that is what the issue is. Let's delete some more fence and see what we can't get away with. So let's go to assets, asset deleter. And let's move all of this back. We can repair our forest in due course. Okay, let's get rid of this one as well. And then we'll bring you down to here. I wish it would tell you if, like, the double slip was possible. Okay, let's try here and see. Yeah, okay, double slip is now possible. So this is fine. Fine. Okay, so from here, what we can do is we can have you curling into you. Because this is all low speed stuff, this is all pretty easy to get away with. You might be a bit more difficult, question mark. Too much curvature. Yeah, okay, we can make that happen. We can definitely make that one happen. Fine. So this Port Bumley is now going to have some good old-fashioned arse here to display for itself. So what we can actually do is bring you into the end of you, which is fine. Okay, so from here, let's attempt a double slip off. You know, it says too much curvature, which is true. But I don't know if I need to worry about it because this area is non-functional anyway. So if we bring you to you, and then actually if I bring you to you, question mark? Could do a three-way split actually. I don't really have much in the way of a three-way junction. That actually looks not too shabby at all. So what we'll do from here is we'll have you split off to probably over here. Actually, I might have you... What's the furthest back I can get you that it still looks halfway reasonable? Yeah, okay, I would take that. I would definitely take that one. And then we'll have you curl in over here as well. And then this is going to be just a multi-split off. Not particularly high speed, but it is at least going to look the part. Here we go. Welcome to the new and improved Bumley, Port Bumley. Beaminster train depot, absolutely not. Can I change the name of you? Yes, I can. You're going to be the Bumley train depot. So the Bumley... Actually, sorry, Port Bumley. It needs to be Port Bumley train depot. Train depot. That is a bit of a mistake. So this will let us retire this one. I say retire. It does look good. Did I pay for this? What is the upkeep of my buildings? Town statistics, buildings, no. Back up. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be Port Bumley. Yeah, no, okay. It doesn't. Fine. No, I don't think we actually pay for these, so I can just use it as scenery. So here we go. We now have the new and improved Port Bumley ready to accept all of your cargo needs. One thing we do need to do now. Actually, this signal's okay to be there. We do need to fix the signaling real quick. So let's do this one. We'll do this one as right 2. And it'll go here. So back at signals, we're going to go to waypoints. These are going to be little shunting yards. So we're going to want these shunter starter signals to come down here. Similarly, we'll do one here. And then we can probably switch to actual factual starter signals here. So that'll make one there. We'll do overhead ones here and here. These ones are fine. This one is sorted. We'll do 1 1 1 1, and you can be just one on the ground up and over here. Fine. Okay. So now we need the assets to work for those. So we'll do a right 3 gantry. I could use a double span gantry, but I quite like the way these looks. I might do double spans for these ones actually. So center span tracks. So 0, right span 2. There we go. I might do that for these ones. Oh shit, are you... Are you double slipped? You need to be double slipped. You don't need to be double slipped, and you are double slipped, so this is fine. Okay, one thing I do need to do is I need to pull off a track. So we'll limit this one to 30 miles an hour, and we'll pull it off to, let's call it here. And this is going to be the one that's going to go up to this little coffee farm. So the ground undulation for this is a bit shit, all things considered. I'll try and see if I can get this to connect up, but it might give me the too much slope warning. Indeed it does. Fuck it, let's just take it in like tiny increments and try and get it as far down as we possibly can. God, I'm gonna struggle. I need to start curving it in now. Ooh, this is tight. Can I make this work? Too much slope. God, okay, hang on. I'm about 40% sure I can almost do this. Okay, let's just have you come to here, and we're gonna raise you up. Basically as much as we can. This is going to cost us increasing amounts of money, but we're keeping our 30-degree slope as much as we can. But we're bringing this all the way up here. And actually, I think this is going to make it probably a lot better than the other one did, all things considered. But now we need to start. So we'll hold this one even to here. And then we need to start coming down the hill again. Which seems a bit silly. But yeah, let's come down here. So let's bring this all the way down, at least as much as we can. So we'll do this in as small increments as we can get away with. I'm actually going to need to start curving you here. So we'll curve you here just a little bit, and we'll start bringing you down. You'll be coming down the mountain when she comes. Okay, I think from here I can definitely make this work. So we're going to go to buildings. We're going to go to a cargo station. This is going to be marked as a through station, but it is not actually going to be a through station. So this one is going to come here and serve the coffee factory. So this will be Bumley Coffee Farm. Ha, bum coffee. Okay, so Bumley Coffee Farm, and we're going to configure you, actually. We're going to get rid of these tracks here. We're going to make you the 19 miles an hour tracks, and we'll probably do that to here. And then we can bring this up at a slightly higher speed. We once again have money once again, so, yee. Bumley Coffee sounds gross. This reminds me of my RP days when there was somebody who had bum chocolate, which was yeah, a very interesting experience for sure. Okay, so on signals, let's have a non-one-way starter signal, which is going to be about here. And after stream, I hope y'all know this is gonna cause me a fucking crisis. Jesus. Why were you RPing bum chocolate? I wasn't, but somebody else was. We basically have the center span. And then 2 right and then 3 left, we call this, I think. So let's do this. You're going to be one way. And you are going to appear around about here-ish. So we're going to need a gantry which has left 3, right 2. And this is going to look about as horrific as you would expect. So left 1 is going to be a short signal. Left 2 is going to be a tall signal. And left 3 is going to be a tall signal. Oh, we can't actually see for the fucking trees. Jesus Christ. Let's see, so from here, So right 2 is going to be a tall signal. Oh fuck! I actually need to replace. This. And right 3 is going to be a short signal. We need to get rid of this and replace it with a right 3 left 2. No, a right 3 left 3. Jesus Christ. There we go. That is a railway signal of champions. So we need to make sure the driver has good visibility of that signal, which they now do. And we can fill this area with fences and stuff later. But for just now, that's pretty much it. So the coffee factory is now connected, which I'm pretty happy with. Next on the agenda is going to be the silver ore mine, and I'm trying to work out in my head how I go about doing this. So let's look at the topography. So I think here is the best way of bringing this down. So let's do a little bit of country roads. Take me home to the place where I belong. So if we bring this down to here, this will let us put in a train station here. Broughton has developed an oil well. So I think if I cut through here... See, it's rough because if I cut through here, this is arguably flatter in the initial stages, but then it's hella steep coming down. And I don't know where I would be able to connect this. Yeah, no, this just isn't going to work. It's going to have to come up and around here. Fine. Okay, so let's do some tracks. So we'll do some 30 kilometer an hour. About to say mile an hour, but it actually isn't. So 30 mile an hour, fucking 19 miles an hour track coming over there. And now we're going to raise you up as far as you fucking can. Yeah, okay. We'll need to see what we can do here, but this is probably steeper than we're going to be able to imagine. This might actually... Okay, so if we put this as a tunnel instead... Where could this tunnel come out? This tunnel could come out, like, over there. Do you know what? Actually, this is probably a good candidate for a tunnel, all things considered. So if we do here into here... Yeah, fuck it. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that one. So we start bringing you around here. And then... Fine, okay. So let's start, let's do you to down... Let's do half down. And see where we can't keep coming into. So now we're gonna go full down. Full down again. Jesus Christ, this is gonna get messy. Jesus Christ. I wonder if I need to go straight. Because if I go straight, I have slightly more stuff to... slightly more space to work with. So let's get rid of you. And then let's bring you in a small increment to here. And we're just gonna do... We're gonna start doing full down nice and early. And then I want this curve. So we'll bring you down to here. We're still full down. We're actually probably a little bit further over than I wanted. So let's keep going straight. We're gonna go straight to here, and we're up in the air like we just don't fucking care. Bring you around just a little bit more. Fine, okay, this should work now. So what we'll do is, I need to get rid of my fencing. So if we clear this stuff here. And if we do our train tracks here. So if we come off, I don't want you to be full high. I want you to only be half high. So let's have a look at this and make sure nothing's happening. Because sometimes the game can do funny things. Oh, this is... Oh, fuck, that's going to be a real steep ask. Steep ask. Okay, let's get you up as much as we physically can. Yeah, no, there isn't a world where this is going to let me connect to it. Okay, change of plan. So let's bring you over to here. Once again, let's make sure nothing's happening. That all looks pretty sensible. So we're going to keep going full upwards. And then from here... No bridge. Okay, let's start curling you over. You really want to make a bridge, and I don't want you to be a bridge. However, a small little bridge is probably acceptable here, all things considered. Okay, let's, now that we've widened out this track, let's get rid of this shit here. And then I can actually probably connect these guys. Alright, there we go. A little forest, high altitude forest viaduct for our trains to enjoy. So this means we now need to change our signals. So let's go ahead and get rid of these railway signals here. And we'll need to do something a bit more creative. So we're still going to leave this as a one-way signal, and it's going to go here with an offshoot. We'll do a starter signal here. And then we'll do... you over here. So you do not have to be, in fact you should not be one way. And then in terms of our additional things that we can add, we can put a little side signal here. Fine. So this is going to be fine for us to resume the fencing on, which is probably going to take me a while. Fencing is, you know, that's something I'm going to reserve for after stream for sure. But yeah, okay, so now we have coffee connected to the port. We have fuel connected to the port. Everything here is connected. The only thing that isn't is the steel mill and the other steel mill, but that's okay because we don't have a use for steel just now. Also, the fuel refinery, we don't have a need for this just now. So everything that needs to be connected is currently connected. There's a few people... Oh god, okay. There's a few people waiting here. Jesus. I might actually grab us. So backup 1 seems to be the main thing. So let's go ahead and duplicate... Oh, not got enough money. Alright, let's wait until... Oh, actually, let's buy some... Let's buy some money. Manage vehicles. Let's duplicate this one. There we go. So we can expand that one. Okay. So here's our trains that are coming to do stuff. Oh, that is not making an awful lot of money. Upsettingly. Yeah, how much have you got stored? 25? I wonder if because of the timings involved, I maybe have to... like, reduce this down to one train? Oh god, you're so slow, Jesus Christ. What can I do to slow down this train? So let's manage the line. So the backup chemical works here is where it offloads, and this is where it loads. I wonder if I just do like a minimum wait time, if this helps. So the chemical works, let's do a minimum stop time of... let's just do 3 minutes. And maximum out to 5 minutes. Now let's see how this looks. So this train is gonna come in. Because what I need is for this train to, you know, be just a little bit faster. So now this train has cleared the signal. This train is going to pull up into its place. Let's see. Actually, he should get out the way fast enough. So yeah, it's almost. I just need this train to come down behind. So he's gonna come in and drop off his supplies. So this train is going to produce us 25 oil. Not the train directly, but the oil reserves that he's gonna drop off is gonna produce us 25 oil. Let's repay some more loan for the moment. And so now we've set a stop time of 3 minutes. So this train's gonna pull in here. And he's gonna offload that for some $100 bill. Let's repay that loan. And then that's gonna allow him to come in here. Honestly, I get the feeling it doesn't even have to be as long as 3 minutes. Manage line. Let's say 2 minutes and see how we go. 120 seconds. Yeah, okay. So train will wait for 2 minutes, and then this is perfect now, because by the time this gets there, that is going to be 2 train loads. And that just changes the balance around just that little bit more. So now, by the time this train gets in here, we should be working with about 50 on the oil works front. We'll need to see. So this train goes past. Now this signal is going to be red. So this train's going to pull in here for a hot minute while this one goes past. God, that train's barely making profit, but that's probably because of our increased maintenance fees that we are doing on these trains. So now when we get here, it should be 50, and indeed it is. So we're going to load all 50 oil, which is going to max out this train. And now we're going to start to see this make a bit more in the way of profit. Fine. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this one. Fine. So Bumley Coffee Farm. This will be the Bumley ore mine. Bumley silver mine. Bumley silver mine. I need to get into the habit of having these guys all have the same station names. Cool. Okay, so that's going to be it for just now for Bumley Island. Remember, industries can open and close, so in the future we might have to, you know, we might have to expand on this a little bit more. But now, as soon as we get money, we're going to be focusing on our... we're going to be focusing on this area here. Now, this is an annoying fucking area to deal with. Yeah, dang it. Okay, I feel like I'm going to want a freight terminal in here. It's going to have to go up the hill, though, which is going to be quite messy. This isn't the shallowest hill in the world. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We need a little bit more money before we can get started with this one. Ooh, okay, actually hang on, our train station is getting a bit busy. So this is 34 people are trying to get away from this station.
Huh?
Eleanor Johnson is going to Industrial Unit B, which is in Featherston, that looks like. So she's going to go work in the factory because this is the 1850s. We still don't need to add any more things to these trains. But we're getting pretty close to it. We could probably add more trams, though, to this line. Because right now we've only got one tram on the go. Actually, we could do to replace it. Fuck it. So let's replace you with one of those. And then let's duplicate you. The rest of the stops are okay, so hopefully 2 trams will deal with this load. Featherston's okay for its tram situation. Backup's okay for its tram situation. Beaminster, the port, still looking okay. The little shitty thing that doesn't clip together. Messy as fuck. So yeah, we've still got one vehicle doing the rounds, which is barely making any money at all. But you know what? Its goal isn't to particularly make a whole heap of money. Yeah, this is looking like a like a proper little railway area. I'm quite happy with this. I wonder if you should actually be a little bit further. This fucking sign has chest hair. So this freight terminal here, I expect, is going to be pretty busy. So I need to have a little plot in my mind about how I make this work. So I probably want the train line to come up over this hilltop here. Oh, God, this is going to get rough. I actually probably want the train line to come down the mountain on the other side. Fine, so the train line's basically going to come out of here, around, and along. Ugh. Oh God, this is going to get hella messy. Yeah, this is going to get hella messy. And it's basically just because of the terrain here. Like, this is calamity terrain. Yeah, okay, Jesus Christ, yeah, this is gonna get hella rough. Because I ideally want this to be 4-tracked. So this is gonna be a bit tasty, because it's gonna have to come around here, and then only from here can it start climbing up this mountain. And coming up and round and down and, oh, beans and buggeration in the bugger nation. Fine. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna go for a little bit of a break to refresh my drink, which isn't gonna be a very long break at all. Also, actually, I wanted to see, is anyone actually using these footpaths? People do tend to walk quite far in this game, but I'm not currently seeing anyone using any of these footpaths. I think they do prefer to take public transport. What's our headquarter level? Our company score 4. I think once you get to 15, you start up leveling, so... yeah. I might eventually need to start doing something with this. The Brumborough oil well. Fine. Okay, let's leave you with the scenic view of... Where's our passenger train? Oh, here's our passenger train. Let's leave you with the scenic view of our passenger train cutting through the woodland area, and I'm gonna go manufacture a drink.